Okay, once again, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. My name is Siren. We've had some technical difficulties with the stream before this got started, but hopefully it is working now. I got a new PC this past week, and trying to get all of the audio bugs worked out has been a bit of a challenge, but hopefully it is not too terrible. I am going to turn everything back down, though, because it's kind of loud. Hope everyone is doing okay today. Let's see, so we left off, we are in the Kokari Wilds, and we've got all these little rapscallions to deal with, all these darkspawn. Oh, for fuck's sake. And I've just been exploded. Always a delight. What's that mage over there? God, he does a lot of damage. Can I... let's see, you deal with this. Can you go get him, Alistair? Because he's being very rude. Ow. Apparently not. He's a quick little guy. He's a little stinker. There's also traps fucking all over the place. Dad, if Alistair healed himself really quick. And then you go get this little guy. Because I don't want you running forward into all of these bear traps. Can I disable those? Don't you dare. Start disabling all of these before these jackasses can get themselves killed. You are just soaking up damage, Alistair. And so are you, actually. What's your fucking name, Jory? Back up again, make sure I got all of these traps. Well, I guess I can't detect that one, even though I can see it with my fucking eyes. Do you want to do anything, Dad? Oh, he's down. For fuck's sake. I gotta do everything around here. My cute little tiny dwarf. Strong work, everyone. That was a fucking disaster. That was just us bumbling around for several minutes because of this stupid mage, but we're alive. That's all that matters. That's supposed to be one of the more difficult encounters here, I know, because the mage poses such a problem. That fucking fireball thing is a huge pain in the dick, and then you're supposed to just chase after him into these 17 bear traps that apparently the Darkspawn planted at some point, which is hilarious. But yeah, no, it's very goofy. That encounter the first time I ever played this game did give me some pause. But we managed to get through it, so hooray for us. And then there's these chuckle fucks here. So they are using the rogue ability, which is where you basically go invisible. I have not unlocked that particular ability for my rogue, because I don't really care for it, in Dragon Age Origins at least. In some of the later games, it's slightly more useful, I find, but in this one, it's just kind of like, my rogue is gonna run in swinging anyway, so... Now, I might spec into it eventually, it's just not gonna be my priority when I have more, like, combat sort of based maneuvers I'm gonna go for first. Basically, you can go invisible until you start, like, attacking somebody or trying to interact with something. Now, you can eventually upgrade it to the point where you can do all of those things and still be invisible, but that takes quite a while, so... That's gonna be later game stuff for me. I'm just not gonna really mess with that quite so much. We picked up some ashes on the corpse that I just looted earlier, and it mentioned this side quest about sprinkling ashes on these pile of rocks, and that it's like a part of a ritual. Cancel that. Save over this again, because this actually is, this basically summons something. Why people figured out that this summons a demon, I don't know. But he's actually kind of difficult. As you can see, his name is in orange here, which is a sign that, hey, this is a higher level enemy than you maybe are ready for. Now, we're all ganging up on him, hopefully, so... he might not quite get us here, but... he's still a little shit. That's for sure. Davith, I could be wrong, but don't you also have... oh, he already used it. I was gonna say, he should also have, like, a stun ability as a rogue. It just takes a while to regenerate, I think. Yeah, he does. Maybe he's just immune to it. That wouldn't surprise me, actually. Also, Davith did go down because he sucks. There we go. Get up, jackass. Alright. He had some armor in there and some boots. Let's keep going here. Those boots, I believe, are... I'm gonna use an injury kit on him because he did actually. So whenever they go down in a fight, even though they'll get back up after the fight is over, they will usually have some sort of a status effect called an injury in this game, which like affects them negatively. That either will like decrease their movement speed or give them like a penalty to attack bonus, something like that. It's just kind of a headache. So since this is my crew that I've stuck with for this opening tutorial mission, then I'll at least try and take care of them for now. But we've got more Darkspawn to fight before we are quite through with this area. These are pretty ruins here. Try and flank some of them, maybe. And immediately get an arrow directly in my ribs. Ouchie. They really can take quite a beating, these fellas. And I cannot, so I'm gonna heal up here. Even though I've been leveling Con for my my little rogue here, she still does not have a lot of health. And she is taking quite a beating, so I'm just gonna try and err on the side of caution here and keep healing her up as I'm fighting. Now they are taking on the alpha over there, so they might be in slightly more trouble than I am, but they're managing. Yeah, I helped, guys. I definitely didn't swing in at the end and take the kill. And just loot these bodies as you were fighting for your very lives. It's fine, though. You got it. Okay. Now, the reason, again, that I am saving so, like, over the top, I don't mean to be annoying by having to keep going to the menus. It's because this game crashes quite frequently, since this is such an old game. Even though my PC can definitely handle a game like this that is so ancient, for whatever reason, something about it, because it's on such an outdated form of Windows or something, I'm not sure, it just has a tendency to crash all the time if you're not careful. But also, here's a hottie who's just showed up. Dressed in the finest of male gaze fashion, it's Morgan! With her yellow eyes and her fantasy eyeshadow? How am I an intruder? These wilds don't belong to nobody. So judging by the stick that's on her back, clearly Morgan is a mage. That and the fact that she's dressed, again, like this. Don't see many warriors in full armor running around like this. Always great to have you with us, Alistair.
She'll turn us into toads.
Witch of the Wilds. Such idle fancies, those lads.
Morgan, I love you, but you can't act all surprised that they think you're a Witch of the Wilds when again you're wearing a belt made out of, or dress made out of belts, like you're fucking Lulu from Final Fantasy X.
Let us be civilized.
I'm Mariana. Pleasure to meet you.
Even here in the wilds. You may call me Morrigan. Shall I guess your purpose? You sought something in that chest? Something that is here no longer?
Yeah, some random bullshit.
You stole them, didn't you? You're some kind of sneaky witch thief.
He has such a way with words.
How does one steal from dead men?
Quite easily, it seems. Those documents are Grey Warden property, and I suggest you return them.
I will not, for it was not I who removed them.
They never really explain why Morrigan always uses like twas and thou and so forth. I mean, maybe they do, and I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure that's just like, oh, she talks all fancy for some reason.
Was my mother, in fact. There is a sensible request. I like you.
I like how the foliage in the foreground is constantly blocking off my character because she's so small.
Frog time.
She'll put us all in the pot, she will. Just you watch.
If the pot's warmer than this forest, it'd be a nice change.
Follow me then, if it pleases you.
This guy is a national hero.
Greetings, Mother. I bring before you 4 Grey Wardens who... I see them, girl.
Her mom looks so weird in this game. She looks much better in Dragon Age Inquisition. Spoilers for Dragon Age Inquisition that this random character is going to show up again, but...
Shut one's eyes tight or open one's arms wide. Either way, one's a fool.
She's a witch, I tell you. We shouldn't be talking to her.
Quiet, Dareth. If she's really a witch, do you want to make her mad?
There is a smart lad. Sadly irrelevant to the larger scheme of things, but it is not I who decides. Believe what you will. And what of you? Does your dwarven mind give you a different viewpoint?
Kind of racist. Not gonna lie.
A statement that possesses more wisdom than it implies. Be always aware. Or is it oblivious? I can never remember. So much about you is uncertain, and yet I believe. Do I? Why, it seems I do.
So this is a dreaded witch of the wilds.
Witch of the Wilds, huh? Morrigan must have told you that. She fancies such tales, though she would never admit it. Oh, how she dances under the moon. We did not come to listen to your wild...
It's unfortunate because the voice actress does such a wonderful job with Flemeth, and yet, like, her animations are just kind of awkward. So whenever she laughs there, even though the laugh sounds great, in the voice acting, is like the animation is just so stilted.
Take them to your Grey Wardens and...
But it will be forgiven because again, this is quite an old game. Thanks for returning them, but let's get the hell out of here.
Last place you look. Like stockings. Oh, do not mind me. You have what you came for. Time for you to go, then. Do not be ridiculous, girl. These are your guests. Oh, very well. I will show you out of the woods. Follow me.
Don't. There it goes. Alright. So it's nighttime now. We gotta go return this stuff to Duncan.
So you returned from the wilds. Have you been successful?
Yeah, we met some weirdos and the game crashed.
Good. I've had the circle mages preparing. With the blood you've retrieved, we can begin the joining immediately.
Let's tell you about Morrigan and her mother first, because they were super weird.
They were both very...
And they crashed my game.
odd.
I'm gonna be bitter about that for a while.
I don't think so. They might be apostates. Mages hiding from the Chantry.
I know you were once a Templar, Alistair, but Chantry business is not ours. We have the scrolls. Let us focus on the joining.
Sneeze.
Only try to become what we are.
Gotta appreciate Duncan being like, Alistair, I hear your concerns, but also I don't fucking care.
I agree. Let's have it done.
Then let us begin. Alistair, take them to the old temple.
You know, the standard old temple that we have lying around for such mysterious circumstances as these. With its
The more I
statues
learn
that are
about
having
this,
rendering
the more I
issues.
like it.
Are you blubbering?
The textures that aren't
Why all
loading
these
in.
damn tests? Have I not earned my place?
Maybe it's tradition. Maybe they're just
I
trying
will
to
accept the textures being finicky because at least that means the game is not crashing. Even though this in the background is certainly interesting that's happening here and there. It's an old game, alright, we'll forgive it.
I only know that my wife is in Highover with a child on the way. If they had warned me, it just doesn't.
Dude, you already left to do a battle.
Logic.
Like,
Maybe
even if
that's why they don't.
you think you're gonna die during the Grey Warden ritual, you should at least have been more worried about your life just going, like, even if you, my point is, if you're gonna be, it doesn't matter if you're gonna become a Grey Warden or not, right? Because you are still becoming a soldier at war, so you still have just as likely a chance of dying to Darkspawn as just a normal soldier. So then why did you leave your wife and child anyway?
Yes, Sir Knight. Try not to wet your trousers until the ritual starts.
I've just never faced a foe I could not engage with my blade.
At last, we come to
This
the
guy's studying the blade at all hours.
Grey Wardens were founded during the first Blight, when humanity stood on the verge of annihilation. So it was that the first Grey Wardens drank of Darkspawn blood and mastered their taint.
Hey now.
Going to drink the blood of those
I
creatures.
wish they wouldn't call it the taint. That just sounds so awful.
Grey Wardens did before us, as we did before you. This
So, the joining ritual for the Grey Wardens literally seems to be, let's drink this poison, and some of us will survive it, and those get to be the fun heroes. Most of you will, however, die to the poison, as that's what poison tends to do.
we speak only a few words prior to the joining. These words have been said since the first. Alistair, if you would.
Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand vigilant.
Did he have to memorize this
Join us
before we
as
got in
carry
here?
the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten. And that one day, we shall join you.
Davith,
Everyone drink out of the big communal chalice. Something we all love and are appreciative of. It really is comically large, isn't it? You also see absolutely no sign of the... Well, oh no, you do! I was about to be a jackass and say you don't see any sign of the blood in there, but no, it's definitely there. Don't worry, this is definitely supposed to happen. Oh, no. No, it's not. Right, it's still just poison. Well, you got wrecked.
forward, Jory.
But I have a wife, a child. Had I known.
There is no turning back.
No, you ask too much. There is no glory in this.
Jesus.
I am sorry.
Wow, his blood is like a fucking Saw movie. It's just going everywhere.
But the joining is not yet complete. You are called upon to submit yourself to the taint for the greater good.
Pretty fucked up deal. You gotta admit, Thunk.
From this moment forth, you are a Grey Warden.
Conveniently, our protagonist is the only one of 3 to survive that. Would have been very awkward for the story if we died to the poison like Davith did. But luckily we are protected by plot armor. Oh, you motherfucker. I swear to God, if you crashed again. Oh, boy. Well. For fuck's sake. Hold on. Hold on. We lost the little bit of like cutscene whenever I wake up off the ground and stand up after the joining ritual, but that's fine because I'm not going to go through that again. That was really annoying. I don't know why the game is being so like dead set on fucking me over today in particular, but start getting some archery stuff. So I have this bow that I haven't really been using yet, but alright. Make sure to save over this. Okay. So let's go to... What was I doing? Oh, am I able to open that mage's chest yet? Yes, I am. Because I got the key from that side quest we did last episode. Thank you. And did I get... I think I got a decent amount of stuff to sell. There was an enchanted dagger in there, which is better than my current one. Is this better than my... No, those are worse than my current bow. Got Warden's Oath, which is just gives me some advantages to my constitution. The other one I'll give to Alistair in a minute, but he is currently not with my party. I'm just going to sell some stuff really quick. Namely, I'll sell all of this stuff that I got from the 2 chucklefucks that were with me. Sell this because that other stuff I'm going to keep for mage character we're getting shortly. Buy that backpack. Give us more inventory. I'll sell this lyrium because I don't need it. Sell all of these things that are just like for money. Start buying the recipes. And massive flask. Buy a bunch of normal flasks because that is very useful to me. Buy this elf fruit. Just buy all the ingredients really because the ingredients themselves are pretty cheap. Yep. I can't buy trap triggers yet because that's not really gonna do it. I don't have anybody who can craft traps yet. Let's just leave it at that. I can make poisons though, so I will go ahead and do that. I know I just sold a bunch of those, but that was mostly just to get money to get the recipes.
Is there something you need?
Forgot to sell all these other random weapons that I don't care about. And I'll keep that staff just in case. Sell those. Okay. Let's go. I'm now just obsessively saving in between every single thing I do because again the game keeps fucking crashing. Every time I do one of these cutscenes I'm like, oh. Hi Ruby. Yes, I can see your comments. I'm just, it's been a problematic stream so far. I've had 2 crashes of Dragon Age in the past like 10 minutes. So fingers crossed that this actually lets us get through all of these cutscenes.
Our arguments with your legions are a thing of the past, and you will remember who is king.
How fortunate Marek did not live to see his son ready to hand Ferelden over to those who enslaved us for a century.
Then our current
So this is Terran Logain, by the way, this guy in the silver armor.
ready for battle?
They are, Your Majesty.
And this is the
Yeah. Thanks, homie.
Every Grey Warden is needed.
Don't ask what happened to the other 2 recruits. They had a
Your fascination
They had a
with
rough
history
time.
and legends will be your undoing, Kalen. We must attend to reality.
Fine. Speak your strategy. The Grey Wardens and I draw the Darkspawn into charging our lines, and then
You will alert the tower to light the beacon, signaling my men to charge from
to flank
cover.
the Darkspawn. I remember. This is the Tower of Ishan in the ruins, yes? Well, who shall light this beacon?
I have a few men stationed there. It's not a dangerous task, but it is vital.
Then we should send our best. Send Alistair.
Are
and
we
lead
the
Grey
best?
Warden to make sure it's
The person who's been a Grey Warden for 2 minutes.
You rely on these Grey Wardens too much. Is that truly wise?
Enough of your conspiracy theories, Loghain. Grey Wardens battle the Blight no matter where they're from.
Your Majesty,
So Loghain, if it wasn't obvious, is not a big fan of the country of Orlais, which is
Isn't that what you want to hear?
where a lot of the Grey Wardens are stationed out of. It's kind of like where the main base is, so he's not a fan of the Grey Wardens specifically for that reason. Why is there a Mabari in the background?
Your spells, mage. Save them for the Darkspawn.
I just noticed that. There's just a random Mabari in the background. Is that supposed to be there?
Loghain, I cannot wait for that glorious moment. The Grey Wardens battle beside the King of Ferelden to stem the tide of evil.
Yes, Kalen. Glorious moment for us all.
Sir, do you notice that you're sounding incredibly ominous? And a scar from the Lion King-esque way?
go to the Tower of Ishal and ensure the beacon is lit.
What? I won't be in the battle.
This is by the king's personal.
To answer your question, Ruby, in chat, I don't know if I'm going to sing today. I probably will when we are not doing all of these cutscenes, because I don't want to sing over any of this, because this is a lot of, like, exposition and
That is
dialogue and so forth.
If King Kalen wishes Grey Wardens to ensure the beacon is lit, then Grey Wardens will be there. We must do whatever it takes to destroy the Darkspawn. Exciting or no.
I get it, I get it. Just so you know, if the king ever asks me to put on a dress and dance the Remigold, I'm drawing the line. Darkspawn or no. I have my dignity. Well, some.
The tower is on the other side of the gorge from the king's camp, the way we came when we arrived. You'll need to cross the gorge and head through the gate and up to the tower entrance. From the top, you'll overlook the entire valley.
Alright.
We will signal you when the time is right. Alistair will know what to look for.
Will he? Do you have, like, a flare gun that you're going to send up for him?
Stay with the Terran's men and guard the tower. If you are needed, we will send word.
I just love the height difference between these two. This shot in particular is, like, so hilarious to me.
We soil our drawers, that's what.
If it does, leave it to us. I want no heroics from either of you.
Alright. I know what I gotta do. See you later.
Here you two are on your own. Remember, you are both Grey Wardens.
Dude, I've been a Grey Warden for 5 seconds, and honestly, Alistair hasn't been a Grey Warden for that much longer, so.
We watch over us all.
Hooray! Alrighty. I think everyone's kind of fucked off because they're expecting us to go into the fight right away. I also realized that I forgot to give the flower to that person with the Mabari earlier because I am stupid. And forgot that that side quest had to be done before we get to this point of the mission. So, hopefully that has not completely fucked me over. If it has, honestly, I will go back and replay part of that just because I enjoy doing that side quest. But okay, big dramatic cutscene time now. If this crashes again, I am going to throw myself off of the proverbial tall bridge there. Clearly, we're going for a pretty rad Helm's Deep-esque fight here. Aw. Thank you, Ruby, for following. I love that guy. Just random, like, fucking jackass in the army. Not a motion blur in this cutscene, can't really see what's going on. Oh, welcome, Eliza, to the stream. I'm playing Dragon Age Origins here. How are you? It really is such a ripoff of the whole Helm's Deep intro. They did not have swarms of dogs at Helm's Deep, but you know, that's okay. This is honestly an improvement. Perhaps they would have done even better. No! I am equally as sad as the king is about the dogs getting killed. I am good, Eliza. Thank you for asking. This game has crashed twice already today, so if we can avoid that, I mean, fingers crossed. This is a pretty long cutscene, and I do not want to have to sit through it all again. If it does if it does get fucked up, I will just skip it. Okay. We made it through the cutscene. I'm gonna save because, again, crossing this bridge tends to be like, it does want to crash here. And I'm going to very stubbornly not look over the edge here. I could see some of the armies and stuff fighting, but trying to render that, my computer might just crash again. Just gonna run across. You guys are doing a great job getting killed. Have fun. What's up, homies?
The tower, it's been taken.
What are you talking about, man? Taken how?
The Darkspawn came up through the lower chambers.
What do you think, Alistair?
Then we have to get to the beacon and light it ourselves.
The beacons are lit. I like how they give us another 2 random people because they're like, you need a party of 4, even if you don't have, you know, 4 party members yet. So they just give us these 2 random soldiers. One of them's a mage, at least, so there's that. Flaming arrow. Back up, actually, since I'm using my bow. Stop chasing me! Oh, he listened, actually. That was kind of him. Fuck off! Continue my looting of these corpses while everybody else is fighting for their lives. Oh, that's an enemy. Don't know why I thought this tiny little fucker was on our side. He's very cute. I do wonder, since the Hurlocks are kind of like humans that have been turned into Darkspawn, I think, then maybe the Genlock are supposed to be like dwarves, because they're comparable in height to my little dwarvish character here. Let's go up here and make sure there's not any loot stuff I'm missing. I don't think so. This rain looks crazy. Some more fellas over here. Actually gonna switch to the mage because he's got, make sure he is, activate his abilities, because he's got a lot of actually pretty useful abilities, and I want to make sure he is using them to their full extent. Like, for example, he can do the set the weapons on fire thing, which he does not activate automatically, so I also did light my entire party on fire because there is friendly fire in this game, but you know. We're fine. I got flaming weapons, more importantly. Excuse me, sirs. Now, the weapon buffs, such as flaming weapons or, what is it called? The, like, ice weapons, I think, is the other one. They only work on melee weapons, strangely enough. So, that is why, I'm not using my bow right now. But you do get different kinds of arrows. Like, you get the fire arrows, the ice arrows, etc. So that's kind of what makes up the difference. Just an interesting detail about the melee weapons versus the ranged weapons in this. Again, gonna be saving constantly. I know it's annoying, but I am afraid of losing any more things just because of all this. Oh, yes. Thank you for joining us, Ruby's friend, Eliza, since I have been meeting a lot of you guys recently. She is well connected, and I am very appreciative of the support in my streams and so forth. Go after this archer over here because he is annoying me. Fuck off! Where is my mage? You attack him. You are fucking almost dead, Jesus. Do that. Where's us? Sure, what is he attacking? No, he's attacking this one. And activate this. Fuck off. That's what I'm gonna say. Change over to... Does he have a ranged weapon? Because if I find one, I might switch to that. Because he's got more abilities for the ranged weapon than he does for melee weapons. Just loot all of these. I do find it funny that the bodies immediately melt into the fucking skeleton whenever it's like, okay, you looted them. They immediately turn to fucking bones. Decomposition is rough in Thedas. Ooh, that's better than my current gloves. They might be. Nope, they're worse. Never mind. Might have to start doing the frequently pausing during combat thing like this because I want to make sure I am actually planning out combat a bit more. Since it can be, sometimes you can get overwhelmed quite easily. We'll do shit on this guy. Oh my god! Can you do what's called paralyze? Yeah, the mage has way more useful abilities. It's part of the reason why mages are so much fun in these games. So you can do stuff like paralyze and arcane bolt and so forth. Where's health potions? You do that. And then there's this asshole over here who was apparently just diddling himself while we were all fighting. Alright. There's that. I'm just going through health items like crazy, though. That is annoying me. Such is life. Go through and loot everything. Let's see here. They do at least have a pretty high drop rate of the basic healing items at the very least, so that is encouraging. Because otherwise I would be very screwed over. I think I got all of that. Again, saving constantly, sorry about it. Paused a little too early there. Got too excited. Let's get that guy up there. It's over. He has the high ground. There's always sort of an awkward stutter sometimes where rather than attacking, they'll just kind of awkwardly shuffle into the enemy. I'm not sure what causes that, other than just the game being old, of course. Are those better than the boots I have, or are they worse? They're actually the same. Let's grab this here. Get up to the second floor. Do you want me to ask him?
Right, because clearly this is all just a misunderstanding. We'll laugh about this later. At any rate, we need to hurry. We need to get up to the top of the tower and light the signal fire in time. Terran Logain will be waiting for the signal.
Ooh, this lighting is crazy. Alright. Are there any other boxes in here before I move on, actually? Yes. Single mushroom. It's very important. Conveniently, there are some ballistas here that are set up waiting for these guys, I guess. Just gonna fucking spam it. I am hitting some of my companions, but fuck them. Alistair, please heal every once in a while. Where's my... I'm gonna actually throw this... I don't want to hit... Alistair. We'll throw this there. Woof! That was good. Some potent acid. I guess it is acid. I don't think anything would be a fan of having acid thrown on it. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to click you and get your generic dialogue. I was trying to loot all these bodies. Man, they set up their little defenses in this tower really fast and also started burning bodies incredibly fast. Like, they made little decorations out of people's heads and everything. Their arts and craft skills under pressure should be commended. The Darkspawn are incredibly adept about setting up their little projects. I guess maybe it's supposed to imply that they got in here before the battle started and have just been doing all of this shit while we were distracted with the battle, but really, they got set up so fast. She still is just missing a lot of her swings, and that's annoying. That comes with being low level, though. As I level up, that should stop happening so much. Try and get through all of the tower in this episode to make up for the fact that I kept having the crashes. It might end up being a little bit longer than an hour. Or not. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell time now that I've had to stop recording and restart again every time that I have a crash. This is going to take a while to edit together. But oh well. I'm dedicated to the cause. And it'll give me practice at editing anyway, something that I am very unpracticed at. Usually I just record all of my streams as I do them live, and then I just put them up on YouTube unedited. It's essentially just like the VOD that you would get on Twitch, but just like saving them for posterity, so it'll last longer than a week or however long it is that Twitch keeps the VOD up. But, yeah, whenever I'm trying to, I do want to at least have an hour per episode of like my longer running series like this one and Mass Effect and so forth. So whenever I have to stop and start again, I do try and at least edit it together coherently so you don't have long periods of like empty space in between whenever I have to do these stops and starts again. Hopefully it is not too noticeable. Again, I am like learning as I'm going. So, I'm sure it's, you know, nowhere near as good as some can do. I think the gray iron is better than my, yeah, there we go, switch that out. I do have a YouTube, by the way. It is also at New Dark Siren. That's just, pretty much it's just the recordings of all of my streams put up for, again, just to save them. Christ, I'm losing health fast. Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I come over here to heal? Can I put poison on top of a weapon that's already on fire? I guess I can. Poison weapon. Doesn't seem to be doing much for me. God, her health is going down fast. Do you jackasses want to get over here and help me at any time? Okay, thank you. There we go. Doggies! Hey, what's up? Dog. I am upset that I missed that side quest with the Mabari. Hopefully that still works itself out, because that unlocks the Mabari companion as far as I'm sure aware of. The most important companion in all of the games, of course. I care more about the Mabari than I do about any of my foolish human companions, certainly. I think there's like a texture glitch there. Hey! What were these ones doing in here? They're not really attacking anybody or joining the army. Are they just having like a fun little nap in here in these barracks? These are the tired Darkspawn. They've been working all day. They're on their union break. Weird amount of flipping happening here. Oh, whoops. I also just realized this guy went down as well. Hold on. Heal up. You just have such little health at the beginning of this game. I know I should probably be cutting to my other characters more often, like my mage and so forth, in order to, you know, minimize these losses in battle. I prefer to be doing it in real time. I don't like having to pause constantly. I think it's super annoying. Now, when we get to the boss fight at the top of this tower, I'm gonna have to, because otherwise I will straight up die 1,000 times in a row. I still might die, honestly. It's kind of a difficult boss fight for this point of the game.
Of course. Well, all right.
Just loot everything in here. Lesser injury kit, I need that for this guy, because he would have gotten an injury, get knocked out there. There we go. Whoop. There we go.
Well, all right.
In here. Hello, sirs. Fucking completely missed. It's just a blur of particle effects anytime you're doing combat in this game. Okay. Let's take a look around here, make sure we get everything. So we're about to go up into the boss fight. Please don't crash. That's the mantra of this stream. Anytime we have a cutscene like this, just start chanting, please don't crash. I do love the ogres in this game. I think they look great. They're just as intimidating as they intend for them to be. Okay, you do weakness. You switch to your other thing, actually. And can you do activate this? And then shatter shot. Alistair, please do not get yourself killed. I'm gonna throw, actually, acid flask at this guy while he's approaching. Oh, he resisted it. Of course he did. And Alistair ran directly into it. Because he's a national hero. Okay, you back the fuck up over here, because he's about to start grabbing. Do lightning. Crippling shot. Just keep hitting him, I guess, Alistair. He's stunned for a second. Oh, fuck me. Alistair, you heal up. He does such insane damage, this thing. That's what I was talking about. Where's the venom? Woof! Take that. Let's see. Do another crippling shot if we can. He's doing weakness again. Get up, Alistair. Oop. Immediately took off like more than half my health with that one hit. Fuck's sake. He does so much damage. Oof. Okay, we got him. Oof. I even got my cool dramatic, well, that looks a little weird. I think I was supposed to land on his chest. Instead, I landed on his, like, right pec. Oh, well. We got him. Also, he's, damn, he's leaning like a cool guy. Hey, for no reason at all, gang, it's not that you're gonna die or anything, but I am gonna steal all of your clothes. It's nothing personal. It's just you don't have names, and I do want your stuff. So I'll just leave you naked. Okay, bye! Also gonna save again now that I think about it so I don't fucking crash before this cutscene.
Sound the retreat.
So, what about the king? Should we
Do
not?
as I command.
So Logain, again, I was joking about the scar from the Lion King ass face, but no, seriously, he's got evil eyebrows for a reason. Ebros? Yep, that's what you call evil eyebrows, but shortened. It's a portmanteau. So we've lit the beacon for reinforcements, but he's leaving us because he's a shithead. And also a coward and a bitch, etc. Man, y'all are just drenched in it. But Duncan's a bad bitch, you can't kill him. Ah, fuck. Don't worry, guys, I killed one. It was no big deal. He's really gross, though. Oh, okay. Well, when you crush his spine in your hands, that really tends to... That tends to put a damper on things. I was incredibly lucky that my dwarf didn't get her spine crushed in one hand. Yeah, Duncan! He's got his Geralt method of the two swords. Oh, I think one is a dagger, technically. It's like a long sword and a dagger. No, get your stuff again, Duncan. You're not quite done yet. Yeah, he did get fucked. Duncan's like, hurry, I gotta give him CPR to fix his fucking crushed spinal cord. Nah, he's gone, man. We're all fucked. Nah. Sorry, Duncan. You were a real one. Rip to a real one. Ah, fuck me! I just got shot like 3 times. I got Boromired. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Yay! Meanwhile, in a different scene. Oh, hello.
Your eyes finally.
I lost my shirt.
Should be pleased.
Fucking tits out in here. Me and Morgan both.
You were injured, and then Mother rescued you. Do you not remember?
I don't. I mean, remember getting shot like 3 times.
To save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
You mean Alistair?
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before. Yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
Can I have my clothes back?
You were welcome. Though Mother
But
did
also
say
thanks for
at
helping me.
work, I am no healer.
Alright.
I will stay
Let's get on out there.
and make something to eat.
Okay. We did get through the boss fight, like I said, so I am gonna leave this week's episode here. It was a difficult one, gang, with the multiple cuts I had to do and all of the crashes and so forth. But thank you for joining me. I have been Siren again, and if you are interested in watching more of the Dragon Age series, it is also on, the beginning of it is in my YouTube, the first couple episodes, and I do this every week. Have my Grey Warden Wednesdays. So I will see you next week.